in my infant maturity, I didn't recognize my artistic ability. I enjoyed it, but not enough to stick with it. I didn't have no stick-to-itiveness. I wanted everything to come to me easily, naturally, in a natural way. So I didn't want to work for anything. I didn't believe that I had to work for things. I believed that things should come to me simply because I exist. And I know that that is not a popular opinion, but it was my opinion that I held fast to. So now you'll notice that I sing. I don't play any instruments because that's things that you have to practice and pay for and have money for. Not to say that I won't. But I'll sing now because singing is something that I enjoy and love. So my mother supported me in my dreams, my daughter Tay. And so I breathe because just yesterday I posted on my social medias about my stories and the people whose stories I experience being a part of my experience, therefore giving me permission, if you will, to speak on those experiences of which I'm aware. So my daughter and I had a very rough start to our relationship, and the path that our relationship took us to now, that she knows that my love for her is real. She knows that anything I say about what I experienced with her comes from a place of understanding, love, willingness to teach and use our relationship as an example. So that's something that she and I had to come to our maturity in, for me to even be able to say this in clear consciousness and know that Tay, when she hears this, is going to receive it in the love in which it is given. So Tay's mother, Casey, she died several years back, and Tay and I have talked about Casey after her death, and Tay confirmed what I knew, and that Casey and I could have been friends had our backgrounds been different. But because of the way we grew up, the neighborhoods that we grew up in, the way that black females and women are taught to treat each other and hate each other and hate on one another, Casey and I didn't have a relationship. 2, 3, 4. But 4, 4, 4. But because of Casey's relationship with my husband, bringing Tay into my life, I got to experience Casey through Tay in a way that I wasn't able to experience Casey in her human form. So I know my husband don't fuck with the woo-woo shit, but I'm just letting you know what I know with a capital K. So me, Tay, and Casey have formed a bond, a trinity, that lets me talk about these things without any repercussions or any keep my name out your motherfucking mouth type mentality, which some other people have had when I talked about my experiences with them. So that's a part of my maturity and growing up and knowing what is safe and okay to talk about in a way that the message can get put out without any pushback. Now I'm gonna talk about what the fuck I talk about, but I know how to preface things and word things where I ain't gotta fuck with people who ain't ready to hear what it is that I have to say. So Tay is the child who mirrors my experience from the other perspective. So when Casey was alive, Casey was living through the pain and experiences of you don't support your kids. Your kids do what the fuck you tell them to do. Your kids follow the path that you tell them to follow. Even if their other parent gives you an idea of a future, of a possibility that your child can follow. Mothers who are raising their child and connecting to the idea of being a single mother hold on to the idea of their child being their possession, so they aren't able to hear another parent or another person saying that this is what's possible for your child. So that was Tay's experience, where she had a mother who had a particular idea of how her life should be, and she had a father who wanted her to see the ways and possibilities of how life could be. So Tay, in that, had some trauma that she had to work through on her own. Now Tay is a mother of 3, being able to break those generational traumas and raise her 3 kids in a way that she sees fit, maybe in a way that she wanted to experience for her own life. So Tay has 3 kids. I have 1 child, Deuce, who is not in the home. And so we talked about giving your child experiences and allowing that child to decide what they want to do. So in the high hopes of a parent and exposing their children to different things the way that my mother did me, you have high hopes that they choose something to excel at. 3, 4, 5, 5, 3, 4 anagram. You have high hopes that they will choose something and work toward that and excel and decide to have success in something that they chose. But Deuce is a lot like me. I like to read for my reasons, dealing and steeped in insecurity. Deuce likes to watch YouTube videos and play video games. His is not related to insecurity. His is related to anxiety and some other things that kids his age go through and try to express and make sense of. But he enjoys video games and watching YouTube videos. So now my husband and his experiences and hopes and dreams for what a child's potentials can be, my experience of having all of those options made to you or for you and choosing something that wasn't put on the table, like reading. So now the two, we're basically going through the experiences of 6, 4, 5, seeing how all of the people with these options choose what they deem best for them, and it may not coincide with what the parent would like to see or even what the parent knows to be as a part of their possibility. But as parents, we just got to let these kids decide what the fuck they want to do and sit back and watch and see how life decides to bring about a form of success, peace, satisfaction, surprise into that child's life based on that child's choices. So we have been on the call or the video for quite some time. The link to all of my social media, paid subscriptions and free content, is available in the links within the bios of all of my pages. So I done had a long motherfucking day, been up since yesterday off and on, made that good old 3-hour breakfast, and now we just need to relax, 7, 5, 6, let shit seep in, go to the store, get us some snacks, see what cravings, I've mentioned cravings in some of my videos, see what cravings come forth that are ready to be fulfilled and sated, whether it's some cheap ass $2 liquor or some, what's that, maybe $20, $30 Maker's Mark. We did fulfill a craving of some $300 Ace of Spades, which we ain't gonna fuck with no time soon. When we move into our home, we'll try the other bottle, $500 Ace of Spades. But for now, I bid you adieu. I would say peace, which is what we do, but I'll show you this mudra. You can do it with both hands, and this should be your new peace sign. Kiana Sanders on Facebook talked about hand mudras. I may have shared that video. If I remember, I will. But either way it goes, we are logging off, and I'll post these when I can.